Welcome to Drunk Bible Study. This show's mission is to read every single word of the greatest story ever told. A warning to our listeners, the hosts of this show are sinners, but they're doing their best. There will be drinking and there may be some swears. They did say they'd try to keep it clean, but I wouldn't put my money on it.
I'm Emily, and this is Drunk Bible Study, where my good friends Dedeker and Jace teach me, a born and raised atheist, all about the Bible.
Woo!
Alrighty. It's happening.
The end of Daniel.
We are finishing Daniel today. Yes.
I'm a little sad. This was a good and very interesting and very action-packed and
I agree.
And just very engaging book. Lots of good, strong characters, wild stuff, people turning into animals,
Really
having
wild
some visions. Getting thrown into
Right.
fires, hanging out with lions, being vegetarians, all kinds of things have happened in this book.
Yes. And I love that finally we got a very short little bit of lion last time. I mean, truly,
Yes.
it wasn't happening for very long, but there were a lot of lions.
A sprinkling of lion.
A sprinkling, yeah, I like that. A
Yeah,
small,
a sprinkling of lions.
a small. What's a word for
It's like a
the?
smorgasbord of lion.
Okay, sure, I like that. A whole variety of different types of lions.
I mean,
like
maybe
that
not,
idea.
but I'm assuming there may have been little lions. There may have been
Oh yeah, little cute
lady lions and man lions.
I guess we never got confirmation about how many lions there could have been
Yeah,
in that den. There could have been like 2.
It's true. Could have been hundreds though.
that's true. There could have been hundreds.
You really think?
Just that many lions.
How would they feed hundreds of lions? I guess
I
if you
don't
have tons
know.
of political prisoners, you just line them up.
Just-
Oh, there you go.
Well, remember they were so hungry that when they threw in the guys who had originally tried to get Daniel in trouble, they chomped him up before they even hit the ground. They were just like nom nom nom.
And their wives and their babies.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. So
Love
they
that.
had quite a few people to kill and eat
Yeah,
and to keep them satiated.
probably could.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
And this is it.
This is it.
This is the last day. So we're
Yeah.
going to be doing a quiz.
Mhm.
So stick around for that if you're here for the live shows. Otherwise, if you're listening at home, you have 2 days to study up before the bonus episode so you can take the quiz along with us.
This is a really big book in comparison to some of the books that we've done. Obviously, it's not as big as many that we have done, but this book is really, really large.
Yeah.
So to me, I'm like, we have a lot to get through
Yeah.
and a lot of possible things to get wrong on the quiz, but hopefully we'll do really well. I'm looking back at the chapter that we just did when we last left off, and it was a vision by Daniel regarding all of what? So this giant, or no, it was 4 animals, and each of those animals
Yeah.
represented different things, different places.
Something for giant animals and lots of horns.
Yes.
And horns giving birth to more horns. And then even Daniel was like, I tried to ask a random passerby what it means, and he kind of made
He
an
was
attempt
like,
to
"I
tell
don't
me
know,
what it means,
dude."
but then I was confused, and so I didn't tell anyone about it anymore. Was basically
Yeah.
where we left off.
Some was,
Yeah.
Medea and Persia, Greece, and then also in the bonus episode, some people thought that like Catholic, like Catholicism or the Pope and the Vatican were the little horn that came out of one of the bigger horns.
Okay, gosh.
That is quite a theory.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, I mean, really, you can come up with theories about anything, right?
Yes.
With the Bible, it's so easy to just with prophecies, right? They're vague on purpose.
Definitely.
So you can insert whatever, right? The little horn is Putin and the big horn
Oh.
is Ukraine. Or, like you could do literally
Got
anything.
it. Yes,
Yeah.
there you go.
And justify it. Be like, yeah, see?
I like Sam in the chat is saying Little Horn is Lady Gaga. I like that prophecy.
Yeah.
Or is that a casting note? Because that's
Oh.
pretty good.
I mean, we should add Lady Gaga to the list just generally
Sure.
to bring in for some kind of wild.
Yeah, can she like sing and dance
Some
and
kind
do
of-
something?
Ooh, she could be one of our Satans, maybe.
Wait, there are multiple?
That's
Well, Satan
fun.
shows up in
Oh
multiple
yeah, no, we talked about this.
Yeah.
versions of books and stories. Like when we get to the Gospels, we're going to have to probably cast multiple Satani.
Satan.
So yeah.
Amazing.
Okay, we'll put Gaga in the back pocket.
Yeah. Huh. Okay.
Yeah, Gaga is such a big character.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Gaga needs to be. Yeah, I think a one of the potential many Satans. That's a
Yeah,
pretty big
okay.
role.
I'll add her to the list.
So yeah, definitely.
Or
Mhm.
who knows? She could be one of our Jeezys. Like, there's a lot
Oh,
of
yeah.
a lot of roles coming up. She could be one of the apostles. There's a lot of options. A
Yeah.
lot of options.
I love the idea that like Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. No, what is it?
Good job.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Yeah?
you did it.
Yeah.
You did
Yeah.
it.
I
Yeah.
was gonna say Kenny for a second, and that was wrong. It was like Matthew, Mark, Luke, and Kenny. No.
The Gospel of Kenny.
Yeah. So I had thought for a second that it would be cool if there was a different Jesus per book there.
Yeah.
So it was like the
Yeah.
Is that what we decided?
I think that we'll do it like they did with that Bob Dylan movie where they
Yes.
cast all the different actors as Bob Dylan. That's how I'm imagining we'll do the four Gospels. Yeah,
Okay.
we'll have totally different interpretations, different actors playing Jesus in each of the apostles. It'll be great.
Yeah, that's cool. But then wait, are the apostles staying the same? That would be interesting.
Oh, huh.
I don't know.
That's an interesting question. Yeah, we'll have to see. We're getting ahead of ourselves.
Yeah, we have some time.
Yeah.
We have some time to percolate on it.
Yeah, definitely. All right, what are you two drinking?
Well, I feel like it's truly the last of summer here in Seattle.
Mm,
It's been nice and sunny and clear. And so I'm having my last tropical ginger beer with some
ooh.
Terramana mixed into it. So I think it's kind
Oh.
of like not quite a Moscow mule, but like a Mexican mule.
Yeah, there's a
burro,
name for that.
if you will.
I'm not sure what it
A
is. but
burro.
A burro.
a burro? I don't know if that's what it's called.
That's a Mexican mule.
Is
yes.
it? Yeah, a burro. Oh, that's true. A burro.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I love that. Cute.
That's what I'm going to call
Yeah,
it.
it's just a Mexican mule, though. I'm having an Elysian Brewing
Space Dust?
Contact.
Oh, okay.
No, this is a altered contact, which is a tart IPA. So it's got a little bit of sourness to it. It's kind of fun.
Nice.
No, I got so excited because suddenly the fridge was full of beer and it was all Elysian Brewing. It was like, ooh, such a variety of beer. What's here? And every single one of them is an IPA,
You're like,
which I don't really drink.
It's 3 different IPAs. Yeah.
I mean, you can try them, Dedeker, and see if perhaps you'll like something. Once in a while that happens and you're like, oh, this isn't that bad.
Yes, once in a while that happens, but if I could drink other things.
Okay. Well, fine. I suppose.
What are you
you're right.
drinking?
So last week, the two of you, along with my mom, my best friend, all came into town to see my show, which was really lovely. And we
It was
had
fantastic.
a fun party at the end of our Saturday night performance. And Daniel, our lovely Daniel, came over and brought some vodka with raspberry in it. It was like an absolute vodka
Ooh.
raspberry situation.
Fun.
I don't know if he knew that like raspberries are my favorite fruit, but well done, Daniel.
Oh, wow. Well, now we all know.
Exactly.
Wow.
They definitely are. That's why they make their way into so many of my drinks. But I made a vodka raspberry lemonade. So
Ooh.
it's got a lot of lemon juice,
Mm.
a lot of agave, and then that vodka with the raspberry in it, and then fresh raspberries as well, of course. And it's very nice.
I really love
Sounds
seeing
delicious.
it in your special Archipelago Sandwich
Yes.
Pub glass because I'm like, I could see this as a reality.
I know.
I
We got to
agree.
open this restaurant.
Yes, this should be one of the exclusive drinks. What I don't know what we should call it. Maybe Daniel's raspberry lemonade.
Ooh, I like that.
Yes.
Why don't we just call it Daniel in the Lion's Den or something? I mean,
Sure, that's fine.
I feel like
Fine,
you
we can
got to
do
have
that.
the names so people get it.
Mhm.
And in case anyone was wondering, Daniel was there in a lion costume, and we did make him audition while he was there to just make sure he got that part.
He got it.
and he
The
nailed it.
tiniest
He crushed
lion.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
amazing. For sure. Amazing. All righty, what are we doing
All
today?
right, you ready for this?
Yes, let's do it.
Okay.
Okay, this is it. It is time for the finale of Daniel. Today we are reading. What are we reading? We're reading chapters 9 to 12, 4 chapters, and then we're going to be doing 2 Psalms, Psalms 140 and 141. We are very excited for this, and remember to stick around for the quiz. If you're here at the live shows, we would love to have your help on this quiz.
Yes,
As we
please.
get started, we want to remind everyone to read responsibly and drink responsibly.
You can drink along with us, or you can listen to us while you're in the car.
But please do not do both at the same time.
And with that, it is time for Daniel chapter 9. In the first year of Darius, the son of Ahasuerus, of the seed of the Medes, who was made king over the realm of the Chaldeans. So, quick moment to reestablish where we are in time.
Wasn't Ahasuerus the other name of Xerxes from Esther?
Yes, I think you're right.
And Darius, have we met him? Because we went back in time and forward in time.
We did.
Yeah, Darius was mentioned. Darius overthrew Nebuchadnezzar's successor.
Okay.
That was the writing on the wall.
Okay.
And then the writing on the wall predicted that Darius was going to come in and kick his butt.
And here he is.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So we're now past that point. Okay.
Yes.
Great.
Got it. Okay.
In the first year of his reign. Okay, so we're back in the first year of his reign, though. So I think we have jumped backward from the lions. I think. Anyway.
Oh, this is pre-lion?
I
PL.
think this is now pre-lion. Yes. In the first year of his reign, I, Daniel, understood by the books the number of the years about which the word of Yahweh came to Jeremiah the prophet. Oh,
What?
Oh.
for the
Callback.
accomplishing. Yeah.
Are they contemporaries? Or is this just
No,
speaking?
Jeremiah was before.
Yeah, okay. So, but he's like, I know of Jeremiah. Everyone knew that dude. He was a crazy
Well,
bullfrog.
I think he's telling us, he's like, so I stumbled on this book of
Oh.
stuff that Jeremiah said. And I was like, whoa, man, this guy was out there.
I mean,
That's how I'm reading this, at least.
sure, but
It's like I couldn't understand a word he said.
I suppose, but really, there's a lot of crazy stuff that Daniel's seen as well.
Okay.
Okay.
So check this out. So he's
Mhm.
saying in the first year of his reign, I, Daniel, understood by the books the number of the years about which the word of Yahweh came to Jeremiah the prophet for the accomplishing of the desolations of Jerusalem, even 70 years. And we remember that was the prediction, right? That
Yes.
70 years, then we'd all be free, I guess.
Got it.
I set my face to the Lord God to seek by prayers and petitions with fasting and sackcloth and ashes, all his favorite stuff.
Love it.
I prayed to Yahweh my God and made confession. Whoa, okay. The Catholics got up in here.
Is that
for
a-
this,
yeah, oh.
Got surprisingly Catholic all of a sudden.
See, it's the little horn.
yeah, okay, right.
I don't know. That one blog said
I
that.
prayed to Yahweh. I prayed to Yahweh my God and made confession and said, "O Lord, the great and dreadful God, who keeps covenant and loving kindness with those who love him and keep his commandments, we have sinned and have dealt perversely and have done wickedly and have rebelled, even turning aside from your precepts and from your ordinances. Neither have we listened to your servants, the prophets, who spoke in your name to our kings, our princes, and our fathers, and to all the people of the land. Lord, righteousness belongs to you, but to us, confusion of face. As to
Confusion
this
of
day."
brain also.
Yeah.
Your face is just kind of confusing.
Yeah, confusion of face as at this day. To the men of Judah and to the inhabitants of Jerusalem and to all Israel who are near and who are far off, through all the countries where you have driven them because of their trespass that they have trespassed against you. Lord, to us belongs confusion of face. To our kings.
Okay, confusion of face. So okay, they've said it twice, so this is clearly a thing.
What is,
Mhm.
yeah, what does Eugene say?
Is in the Great
Okay,
Bible,
yeah.
in the message, like how are they expressing this?
this confusion?
Yeah, that's a great question. So, oh, wow. Okay, very different actually. So 9:7 in the Great Bible. O Lord, righteous Nessie belongeth unto thee.
Nessie? Like the Loch Ness monster?
Yeah. Uh-huh. Righteous Nessie.
Righteous Nessie.
Righteous Nessa belongeth unto thee. Unto us pertaineth nothing but open shame. Very different meaning.
That is very different. Yeah.
Fascinating.
Confusion of face.
Open
Let's see. What does
shame.
Eugene have to say? We've been exposed in our shame. Yeah, okay. So he went with that theme as well.
So shame is a recurring theme.
Maybe like when you have shame, your face looks confused to the World English Bible translator person.
Maybe. Looks like King James also said confusion of faces.
Okay.
So that's clearly where they got it.
Interesting.
Okay, gotcha.
But everybody else, the Jewish Bible, the NIV, they all say shame. Some variation on we have shame, that we're ashamed.
Okay.
Huh,
Yeah.
fascinating.
Okay, where was I? Lord, to us belongs confusion of face, to our kings, to our princes, and to our fathers, because we've sinned against you. To the Lord our God belongs mercies and forgiveness, for we have rebelled against him. Neither have we obeyed the voice of Yahweh our God to walk in his laws, which he set before us by his servants the prophets. Yes, all Israel have transgressed our God to walk in his laws, which he set before us by his servants the prophets.
Can I just jump in to say, I feel like we've had a tone shift here.
Definitely.
I was just about to comment on that. I also
It's
wonder.
much more about God and
Well,
less about like cool trippy shit.
Yeah, initially it was about like, yeah, we're in captivity, but we're like making the most of it, right? Like we're gaining positions of power, we're impressing the king, we're trying to convince him about how cool God is.
Mhm.
And now we've shifted into Daniel being like, oh, we're so terrible, we've sinned, like sounding more like a traditional prophet.
Yeah. Now, is it
He's
either that he's now
grown
because
into his role.
he's grown into it? Is it that he finally read Jeremiah and was like, "Oh wow,
Right.
dude, this is totally right. Like we are terrible."
He's like, oh, I thought we were here because the Babylonians were our friends. And this was like a diplomatic arrangement.
Now, here's a conspiracy theory for you.
Okay.
What if this and maybe the last chapter we read are written by someone else later on who's trying to push a particular agenda of obedience to their laws?
Surely not. That's never happened in this book before.
I want to know all about that.
Wait. Hold on though. Hear me out.
Yeah.
And so they're like in a room being like, okay, hey, we're gonna add some to Daniel and be like, hey, we found some more pages of Daniel. Yeah, okay. How does he talk? It's like, well, okay, he says obey the laws. How do we make him know it's Daniel? Oh, says I, Daniel. Who saw that. And that's why he's now mentioning his own name a lot. Because they're just trying to really
Got it.
drive home.
This is Daniel, but this is me. This is Daniel. In case that wasn't clear.
I promise. It's not weird.
Exactly.
I don't know, Jace. Doesn't sound like something that would happen in this book.
No, you're right. Okay.
Of the Bible.
You mean the giant book?
Yeah.
The whole thing?
The
giant
whole
book,
dang thing.
Yeah.
Verse 11.
Yes.
Yes, all Israel have transgressed your law, even turning aside that they should not obey your voice. Therefore has the curse been poured out upon us, and the oath that is written in the law of Moses, the servant of God, for we have sinned against him. He has confirmed his words, which he spoke against us, and against our judges who judged us, by bringing on us a great evil. For under the whole sky has not been done as has been done in Jerusalem. As it is written in the law of Moses, all this evil is come on us, yet we have not entreated the favor of Yahweh our God, that we should turn from our iniquities and have discernment in your truth. Therefore has Yahweh watched over the evil and brought it on us. For Yahweh our God is righteous in all his works which he does, and we have not obeyed his voice.
Fascinating. This is weird
Yeah.
because it just
So
is so
different from
different.
the rest
Yeah.
of
Because it's a lot more boring all
It
of
is.
a sudden.
They were having a good time. Everyone was doing well. We were having like trippy dreams, America's Next Top Model
Yeah.
contests.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, we were still
Lions.
pushing the superiority of Yahweh the whole time.
That's fine.
Don't get us
we
wrong.
can do that, but
Yeah.
it doesn't have to be done in this fashion every single book, or apparently it does.
Yeah, or is this when you like go to a cool show and it's like DC Talk is performing and you're like, this is awesome. And I'm actually really moved by this message. And then like a pastor comes out and does a really boring sermon. And you're like, oh, right.
Yeah, you're
okay.
like, oh, that's what
Yeah,
happened.
dang it.
Doing the altar call.
Yep. Okay. Now, Lord our God, who has
I
brought.
didn't understand any of that, but keep going.
Sorry, Emily.
Oh, you will. By the time
You'll
this
get
whole book
there.
is done, you
Mhm.
will.
Now, Lord our God, who has brought your people forth out of the land of Egypt with a mighty hand, and have gotten you renown as at this day, we have sinned and done wickedly. Lord, according to all your righteousness, let your anger and please let your wrath be turned away from your city Jerusalem, your holy mountain. Because for our sins and for the iniquities of our fathers, Jerusalem and your people will become a reproach to all who are around us. Now, therefore, our God, listen to the prayer of your servant and to his petitions, and cause your face to shine on your sanctuary that is desolate for the Lord's sake. My God, turn your ear and hear. Open your eyes and see our desolations and the city which is called by your name. For we do not present our petition before you for our own righteousness, but for your great mercy's sake. Okay, so this sounds so much just like boilerplate prophet talk.
Mm-hmm.
And we've come across this many times, right? Where it's this, we've spent now several sentences repeating variations on the like, now
same
listen
thing.
to us, but please though, really listen to us because you're great. And like, we're not great, but you're great. And we want you to know that we're great. And just kind of that like sentences and sentences, it reminds me of those like parody videos that I remember we passed around some of those a few years ago of like every podcast interview ever.
Oh, yeah.
Where it's that like, so I would love to hear your comments on this topic. And I know that this is something you've spoken about a lot. I've also spoken about this in my book and in several of my own interviews, especially that one that I did on NPR. But I know you've also spoken about this quite a bit, and it's such an important topic. And I'm really excited for us to get to this. And
God,
just
Jace,
that,
you got to stop. You got to stop. I can't.
It's too real. Too real.
Yes.
Okay. Well, this is what Daniel's doing, and it's still going.
Yes.
Lord, hear. Lord, forgive. Lord, listen and do. Don't defer for your own sake, my God, because your city and your people are called by your name. While I was speaking and praying and confessing my sin and the sin of my people Israel and presenting supplication before Yahweh my God for the holy mountain of my God, yes, while I was speaking in prayer,
Yeah, that's exactly
the
what
man,
he's doing.
the man Gabriel.
Oh,
Gabriel's here.
Tilda Swinton's back.
Yeah.
The man Gabriel, whom I had seen in the vision at the beginning, being caused to fly swiftly, touched me about the time of the evening offering.
Is this touched by an angel? Is this where it comes from?
Oh, wow.
Wait, what was that woman's name? Jane something?
Austin.
No.
Jane Goodall.
Here, keep going.
I don't know. I don't know who you're talking about.
The person in touched by an angel. Yes. Okay, keep going.
So remember, Emily, when I think you were the one reading it, where he had his dreams and he asked the passerby about them,
Mm-hmm.
there was a mention that was Gabriel.
Yes.
And so we were like, oh, that man was maybe the angel Gabriel, possibly.
Yes.
So okay, he's calling back to that.
I'm sorry. I was thinking about Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman, and that was Jane Seymour.
Yeah, that was the
Sorry.
Okay.
Wrong. Okay.
Same era,
Yeah,
though.
100%. All right, keep going.
Rockin' On in the chat is asking if we casted John Travolta as Gabriel, and no,
Oh.
John Travolta is Michael.
Thank you. Yes, because John Travolta
Yeah.
is Michael.
Also, Tilda Swinton is playing
Is Gabriel because
Yeah.
she already did. And apparently we're the
Okay.
casting directors we all
Let's
know
keep
and love.
rolling along.
Okay, keep going.
While I was speaking in prayer, the man Gabriel, whom I'd seen in the vision at the beginning, being caused to fly swiftly, touched me about the time of the evening offering. He instructed me and talked with me and said, Daniel, I am now come forth to give you wisdom and understanding.
Finally.
At the beginning of your petitions, the commandment went forth, and I am come to tell you, for you are greatly beloved. He's giving him an affirmation. I love that. You are loved. Therefore, consider the matter and understand the vision. 70 weeks are decreed on your people and on your holy city to finish disobedience and to make an end to sins and to make reconciliation for iniquity and to bring in everlasting righteousness and to seal up vision and prophecy and to anoint the most holy.
Oh, so this is surprisingly merciful, I think. You get time.
That's a lot of
You
notice.
got 70 weeks to just
Yeah.
have as much fun as you want,
Okay.
and then you got to be done.
Got
I
it.
see.
Okay. Cool.
Okay, so we're looking at less than a year and a half here, right?
Yeah.
Or maybe
Yeah.
a little over a year and a half, around a year and a
Yes.
half.
A little
sure.
over.
Correct.
Yeah, a little over.
Know, therefore, and discern that from the going forth of the commandment to restore and to rebuild Jerusalem to the Anointed One, the prince shall be 7 weeks and 62 weeks.
What?
Okay. It shall be built again with street and moat, even in troubled times.
Oh, wait. This says the anointed one can also be translated Messiah, same as Christ. These are in many parentheses and
Right. So there's
brackets.
like a little footnote that the word anointed one could also be translated as Messiah. And then
Could be.
they throw in
same
as Christ in parentheses inside of those other
Brackets.
brackets about the footnote, which makes me think,
Somebody
that
put
they're-
that in there.
well, clearly whoever put this in, probably the translators of the World English Bible, are like, Jesus, right? Yeah, right? This one's Jesus. It might be a word that might be Jesus.
Rockanon is telling me not to read spoiler notes, and I'm like, I'm reading the book. I don't know what to do. I'm sorry.
Yeah, rocking on. It's like crammed right up into the text. It's hard to not read it.
It's not like a footnote. It's like a note in the text. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just literally jammed right in there.
Yeah. So is that essentially saying that he's prophesying Christ? I mean, at least the Christians say that.
Yeah, that's what the Christians are saying here. Yes.
Got
I
it.
guess.
And the translator of this book.
Right.
Got it.
So what I'm trying to understand, though, is that from the going forth of the commandment to restore and rebuild Jerusalem, which I guess is this commandment that he's just getting right now, the prince shall be 7 weeks and 62 weeks. A little unclear there. And says it'll be built again like all the streets and everything, even in troubled times. Now moving on, says, after the 62 weeks of the anointed one shall be cut off and shall have nothing, and the people of the prince who shall come shall destroy the city and the sanctuary, and the end of it shall be with a flood.
They said that won't happen again.
Yeah.
God.
Well, not like a global flood.
This might just be a local normal flood.
Yeah, localized.
Okay, well,
Okay.
floods are pretty bad nowadays. I'm just saying nowadays,
Yeah.
but maybe not then. Yeah.
And the end of it shall be with a flood, and even to the end shall be war. Desolations are determined. He shall make a firm covenant with many for 1 week, and in the midst of the week he shall cause the sacrifice and the offering to cease. And on the wing of abominations
Whoa.
shall come one who makes desolate, and even to the full end, and that determined, shall wrath be poured out on the desolate.
Wow.
That was a lot.
Wow.
I mean, amazing.
So angry, Daniel.
If I could understand what it was trying to tell
Yeah.
me.
Yeah, really. Do I dare try to find any sense in the message, or do we just go on
I
and
don't.
hope it all
I think
makes
we got to
sense?
move along.
I think we can, let's move on.
Okay.
I'm going to do
Yeah.
chapter 10, which is slightly shorter. Here we go.
Okay.
In the 3rd year of Cyrus, king of Persia, a thing was revealed to Daniel, whose name was called Belteshazzar, and the thing was true. Is that right? No? Belteshazzar?
Yeah, no, nailed it.
Belteshazzar.
Oh, thank
Yeah,
you. You were
got it.
laughing, so I was like, oh, God.
I just forgot that was his name, and I
Oh,
love
yeah.
when they clarify. Also, his name was this other thing, just in
Yes.
case you forgot.
And the thing was true, even a great warfare, and he understood the thing and had understanding of the vision. In those days, I, Daniel, was mourning 3 whole weeks.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's weird.
Hmm.
They're like, it's somebody else writing it and then Daniel talking. I don't know who's
Uh-huh.
writing this.
By the way, yeah, me, Daniel.
Yeah, me,
It's still
Daniel.
me.
Yep. Don't, in case you forgot.
So I was mourning 3 whole weeks. I ate no pleasant bread, neither came flesh nor wine into my mouth, neither did I anoint myself at all until 3 whole weeks were fulfilled.
So you're saying he did not take a shower or a bath
Yuck.
3 weeks?
Gross.
I don't know. Probably common at this time.
Yeah.
I suppose that was normal. In the 24th day of the 1st month, as I was by the side of the great river, which is Hiddekel.
So
Yes.
I'm just looking at other translations, and this is the Tigris.
Got it. That's easier to say
Oh.
than this. I lifted up my eyes and looked, and behold, a man clothed in linen, whose loins were girded with pure gold of Uphaz. Upaz.
Wow,
Of-
gold
of-
loins.
Gold
Wow.
Some
loins.
gold,
Yeah.
some gold skivvies.
Yeah.
That's cool. It's funny because all the other translations translated as just a belt of fine gold. But I like the idea that he's wearing like a gold codpiece kind of a situation, right?
Oh yeah,
Yes.
that's
Love
definitely how
that.
we're reading
That's
this.
Yeah, that's how we're reading it, and that's what's going to be in the movie.
Yeah, for sure.
His body also was like the barrel, and his face is the appearance
I'm
of
sorry. His face was like what?
his body was like the barrel.
His body was
I
like,
don't know what that means.
oh, barrel,
The
like the stone?
Barrel like the stone.
Barrel.
Yeah, barrel.
I was thinking like
Got
a
it.
barrel. Like he's a real barrel-chested
Oh.
guy, you know? Like,
That would be interesting, but no, like the barrel,
Okay.
Beryl.
okay.
And his face is the appearance of lightning,
Boy.
Cool. Okay.
whatever that means.
So this could be another alien.
Yeah, for sure.
And his eyes is flaming torches, and his
Awesome.
arms and feet like burnished brass, and the voice of his words like the voice of a multitude.
This is pretty spooky.
Okay, this is awesome.
Does that mean like he was like an organ for a voice or something?
Yeah, he was like a pipe organ. Just
Bwong.
right,
Yeah,
blasting him in the face.
I love it because
I love it.
this like reminds me of some of Jeremiah's visions and some of Elijah's visions and
Oh yeah, definitely.
Who else?
Definitely some ancient aliens for sure.
I'm glad we're back to a vision after like the bullshit of the last one.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
and that
This is more fun.
his arms and legs are like brass or bronze or whatever. I'm like, is this
Yeah,
the
burnished brass.
C-3PO from?
Oh, sweet. Is he back?
Is he back from the visions? That was Jeremiah's visions,
Ooh,
right?
maybe it is C3PO.
I mean, his cod is
His
definitely.
God.
Why-
the
Yep.
golden cod.
Isn't that weird to call that section like after a fish?
Uh-huh.
I'm sorry. This is fairly
Oh,
strong
wow.
lemonade. Okay. Daniel, it's your fault, Daniel. Daniel, alone saw the vision. For the men who were with me didn't see the vision. But a great quaking fell on them, and they fled to hide themselves. So I was left alone and saw this great vision, and there remained no strength in me, for my comeliness was turned into me into corruption,
Oh.
and I retained no strength.
Wow.
Yet I heard the voice of his words, and he sounded like an organ. And when I heard the voice of his words, then I was fallen into a deep sleep on my face, with my face toward the ground.
Oh, knocked out.
Yeah, man. Behold, a hand touched me, which set me on my knees and on the palms of my hands. He said to me, Daniel, you man, greatly beloved,
You man.
you man.
What a man.
Understand the words that I speak to you and stand upright. For you am I now sent. This is sexual. I don't know.
Yeah.
Kind of. When he had spoken his word to me, I stood trembling. Then he said to me, don't be afraid, Daniel. For from the first day that you did set your heart to understand and to humble yourself before your God, your words were heard, and I am come for your word's sake. Yeah. But the prince of the kingdom of Persia withstood me 21 days. What's happening?
Huh.
But behold, Michael,
Oh.
John Travolta.
Yeah, maybe John Travolta's here.
Oh no, okay. One of the chief princes came to
Okay.
help me.
Different Michael.
Different Michael that we have. What if it's like John Travolta again? He's like, don't worry, I was a prince, but I was actually the angel.
No, John Travolta plays any kind of Michael.
Any Michaels at all.
I love that.
I'm gonna write that one down.
Yeah, okay. One of the chief princes came to help me, and I remained there with the kings of Persia. Now, I have come to make you understand what shall happen to your people in the latter days, for the vision is yet for many days. And when he had spoken to me according to these words, I set my face toward the ground and was mute. Behold, one in the likeness of the sons of men touched my lips. Then I opened my mouth and spoke and said to him who stood before me, My Lord, by reason of the vision, my sorrows are turned on me, and I retain no strength. For how can the servant of this my Lord talk with this my what? For how can the servant
He is
of this my Lord
tripping.
talk with this my Lord? That's a weird sentence.
Wow.
Yeah, I agree with Daniel in the chat. I don't remember any of this. I think
No.
that, again, classic Sunday school treatment. We get to the lion's den, done.
Done.
We never come back to this.
Well, the Lion's Den was like a freaking 5 sentences or something of that book.
I know. I was
Whatever.
just talking to a friend today about this show.
Yeah.
And was saying that we're doing Daniel. And it's like, what do you remember of Daniel? It's like Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego and the lions.
Yeah.
And I was like, and we've already read all that and we still have an episode left. What's going to happen?
Exactly.
I don't know.
Exactly. 100%.
Can I just read you a little bit of the Great Bible
Yes.
here?
Sure. We're almost done with this. Yes.
This is wonderful. This is verse 16. He says, Behold, there touched my lippes one very like unto a man. Then opened I my mouth and said unto him that stode before me, O my Lord, my eointes are loused in the vision.
Excuse me?
And there is
What's an ointus?
Yointus?
my eointes.
My
My
joints?
my joints, maybe? My joints are
Oh, because he's talking about how he doesn't have any strength.
my joints are
Oh.
loused. Lowsed.
Oh, my joints are too loose.
My joints
Oh,
are
they're
loosed in the.
loose.
Oh,
So he's like an amoeba.
my joint is.
He's a liquid creature.
He's like a marionette.
yes.
My joints are lucid in the vision, and there is no more strength within me.
No more one word.
It's one word. No more. It's one word. Yeah.
No more.
No more. No more. Okay. I'm gonna start one. We're gonna finish this. 17. For how can the servant of this my lord talk with this my lord? For is for me, dear God. Immediately there remained no strength in me, neither was there breath left in me. Then there touched me again one like the appearance of a man, and he strengthened me. He said, Greatly beloved man, don't be afraid. Peace be to you. Be strong. Yes, be strong. When he spoke to me, I was strengthened
Oh.
and said, Let my Lord speak, for you have strengthened me. Then he said, Do you know why I've come to you? Now I will return to fight with the Prince of Persia.
Whoa, the Prince of
Jake
Persia, Jake
Gyllenhaal.
Gyllenhaal.
Okay, well that casting's easy. So
Yeah,
great.
I mean, that's random.
I mean, it was not great casting in the first place, but
True.
No, but
Very
It
true.
really wasn't.
we have an opportunity to right some wrongs here that Hollywood has committed.
That's a good idea. That's a good point. That's just random, though. When I go forth, behold, the Prince of Greece shall come. But I will tell you that which is inscribed in the writing of truth, that there is none who holds with me against these, but Michael, your prince. John Travolta says with a smile. Okay, that's it.
Now this is fun because in the other translations I'm looking at, it all says that same what you just read, except Michael, your prince. But the Message says, except Michael,
This is something else.
your angel prince.
Oh my God.
So he has
This
decided
is-
this is John
Oh,
Travolta.
shit.
Yeah,
Really?
Yeah.
Yes. Oh my God, that's awesome.
Your angel prince? It's like the name of a romance novel.
Oh yeah.
Your angel prince.
Should write that novel.
Okay. All right. Let's do a quick little break.
All right, we're going to take a quick break and talk about some ways that you can support this show if it's something that you're into and if you're loving learning about these weird, trippy parts of Daniel. Just best thing you can do is tell your friends about it. Get more people to come check out the show. We really want to get the word out there, get more people listening, and come to the live show. If you're not here right now while I'm saying these words to you and you're listening to it later, come check out the live shows. They're a lot of fun. If you go to drunkbiblestudy.com/live, you can get information about when our upcoming shows are. We do them every Thursday on Twitch. It's a ton of fun. We love getting to interact with everyone. And there's more people here every week. And it's just really awesome to see that growing. And we would love for you to be one of those people. And then you also get to like spoil it for your friends and kind of brag about how you know what's going to happen like a week before they do, which is pretty awesome. Also, if you're able to contribute financially, you can go to patreon.com/Drunk Bible Study and support us there. And as a thank you, we have early releases, personal toasts on the show, Emily's drink recipes, and our undying love.
All right, folks, here we go with chapter 11. As for me, in the first year of Darius the Mede, I stood up to confirm and strengthen him.
I suppose this is Daniel
It's got to be,
who's
yeah.
talking.
He has not clarified. It's like, as for me, Daniel, but
Yeah.
I think we can assume so. Now will I show you the truth. behold, there shall stand up yet 3 kings in Persia, and the 4th shall be far richer than they all. And when he has grown strong through his riches, he shall stir up all against the realm of Greece. A mighty king shall stand up, who shall rule with great dominion and do according to his will. When he shall stand up, his kingdom shall be broken, and shall be divided toward the 4 winds of the sky, but not to his posterity, nor according to his dominion with which he ruled, for his kingdom shall be plucked up, even for others besides these. The king of the south shall be strong, and one of his princes, and he shall be strong above him, and have dominion. His dominion shall be a great dominion. At the end of years, they shall join themselves together, and the daughter of the king of the south shall come to the king of the north to make an agreement. But she shall not retain the strength of her arm, neither shall he stand, nor his arm, but she shall be given up, and those who brought her, and he who became the father of her, and he who strengthened her in those times.
What are you
This
even
sounds like some Game of
saying?
Thrones
Yeah.
plot or something.
I got so lost there. What?
Yeah, this is complicated, but out of a shoot
Yeah.
from her roots shall one stand up in his place, who shall come to the army, and shall enter into the fortress of the king of the north, and shall deal against them, and shall prevail. Also, their gods, with their molten images and with their goodly vessels of silver and of gold, shall he carry captive into Egypt. And he shall refrain some years from the king of the north. He shall come into the realm of the king of the south, but he shall return into his own land.
So he's not going to succeed. I see. He's going to try.
No.
He's just going to go back home. Okay.
Okay.
His sons shall war and shall assemble a multitude of great forces, which shall come on and overflow and pass through, and they shall return to war, even to his fortress. The king of the south shall be moved with anger and shall come forth and fight with him, even with the king of the north. And he shall set forth a great multitude, and the multitude shall be given into his hand. The multitude shall be lifted up, and his heart shall be exalted, and he shall cast down tens of thousands, but he shall not prevail.
He's just like prophesying randomly, I guess.
This is kind of like, it's like spaghetti thrown against the wall, right?
Yeah, something might stick.
There's going to be some kind of military action.
Yeah.
Someone's going to win and someone's going to lose. And someone's going to be mad that they lost and they're going to try to win again, but then someone else is going to lose.
Yeah.
And then someone else is going to win. And then like 2,000 years later, all these conspiracy theorists are like, oh my God, it makes total sense.
It's Jesus.
And it's Jesus.
Right.
Yes.
The king of the north shall return and shall set forth a multitude greater than the former, and he shall come on at the end of the times, even of years, with a great army and with much substance.
Okay.
In those times, there shall many stand up against the king of the south. Also, the children of the violent among your people shall lift themselves up to establish the vision, but they shall fall.
Okay. Let me hit you with the message here, because verse 14 in the message is really wonderful.
Boy, oh boy.
Okay.
So he's saying, also, by the way, in the message, this is quotes within quotes here. So I don't know. I don't even know.
Interesting. Who's
I don't know.
speaking?
I have no idea. But there's a quote
Huh.
and then there's another quote inside of that.
Weird.
In those times, many others will get into the act and go off to fight against the king of the south. Hotheads from your own people, drunk on dreams, will join them, but they'll sputter out.
Drunk on their own dreams.
Drunk on dreams. Yeah, I love it.
I like, that's a good band name. Drunk on
That's
Dreams.
good.
Drunk on dreams. That's good.
Yeah.
So the king of the north shall come and cast up a mound and take a well-fortified city, and the forces of the south shall not stand, neither his chosen people, neither shall there be any strength to stand. But he who comes against him shall do according to his own will, and none shall stand before him, and he shall stand in the glorious land, and his hand shall be destruction. He shall set his face to come with the strength of his whole kingdom, and with him equitable conditions, and he shall perform them.
Oh.
And he shall give him the daughter of women to corrupt her, but she shall not stand, neither be for him. After this,
What?
you following me? Yes, you are. Okay. After
No,
this,
Not
Sure.
even a little.
shall he turn his face to the isles and shall take many, but a prince shall cause the reproach offered by him to cease. Yes, moreover, he shall cause his reproach to turn on him. Then he shall turn his face toward the fortresses of his own land, but he shall stumble and fall and shall not be found. Then shall stand up in his place one who shall cause a tax collector to pass through the kingdom to maintain its glory. But within a few days he shall be destroyed,
Okay,
neither in anger nor in battle.
I feel like this is when Daniel's just kind of spouting a bunch of crap because he's going a little nuts.
Yeah.
He's seen too many visions. He's done too many drugs.
He could be getting a little senile at this point. Yeah, too many drugs.
Yeah.
For sure.
I will say that reading this in the Message, it's like I see the words and it feels like they make more sense, but I still don't follow what's happening. But I did want to point out that verse 20, he says, he will be replaced shortly by a real loser.
Wow.
Gosh, Eugene.
Sorry to hear that. Eugene Chill.
So that's the one, it was the tax collector you just read. He's the real loser in this one.
Tax man.
In his place shall stand up a contemptible person to whom they had not given the honor of the kingdom, but he shall come in time of security and shall obtain the kingdom by flatteries. The overwhelming forces shall be overwhelmed from before him and shall be broken. Yes, also the prince of the covenant. After the league made with him, he shall work deceitfully, for he shall come up and shall become strong with a small people. This is both so generic and also just specific enough that I think you can make an argument that this was written after the fact, you know?
Probably.
Yeah, right.
Like everyone knew about local Joe Schmo who was a real loser who ran for election and only ran for one term. Now Joe Schmo didn't make it to global history books in 2022,
Right.
but at this time he did, and now we can go back and write this prophecy so everyone who lived at that time is like,
Sure.
oh my God, I totally called Joe Schmo. Okay, in time of security shall he come even on the fattest places of the province, and he shall do that which is his fathers have not done, nor his fathers' fathers. He shall scatter among them prey and spoil and substance. Yes, he shall devise his devices against the strongholds, even for a time. He shall stir up his power and his courage against the king of the south with a great army. And the king of the south shall war in battle with an exceeding great and mighty army, but he shall not stand, for they shall devise devices against him. Yes.
This is going to be a tough part of the quiz. I'm just calling it.
Oh boy.
Just calling it.
They who eat of his dainties shall destroy him.
Dainties.
It's been a while since we had to call back to dainties.
Yeah.
And his army shall overflow, and many shall fall down slain. As for both these things, kings. Sorry, drinks are kicking in. I need to just...
Right there with you.
As for both these kings, their hearts shall be to do mischief, and they shall speak lies at one table. But it shall not prosper, for yet the end shall be at the time appointed. Then shall he return into his land with great substance, and his heart shall be against the holy covenant, and he shall do his pleasure and return to his own land. At the time appointed he shall return and come into the south, but it shall not be in the latter time as it was in the former. For ships of Kittim shall come against him. Therefore he shall be grieved and shall return and have indignation against the holy covenant and shall do his pleasure. He shall even return and have regard to those who forsake the holy covenant. Forces shall stand on his part, and they shall profane the sanctuary, even the fortress, and shall take away the continual burnt offering, and they shall set up the abomination that makes desolate. Such as do wickedly against the covenant shall he pervert by flatteries. But the people who...
Who are they talking about?
No one knows, Emily.
He.
No one knows.
Okay. Okay.
I don't think Daniel
This is
even
like
knows.
It almost sounds like an Antichrist character, maybe.
Possibly.
That is interesting because that's one of the interpretations of this.
Oh.
That, by the way, the thing that we're reading right now, so chapters 10 through 12, are known as Daniel's final vision.
Oh. Okay.
And some people, the millennialists specifically in the Christian church.
The millennialists.
Yeah. It's
the
all
ones who eat avocado toast.
Yeah, exactly.
Who can't buy houses. Yeah.
They think this is about the Antichrist, basically, like you said, Emily. So
Got it. Okay.
So that is one of the interpretations, one of the
Okay.
many interpretations.
Fun.
I also saw here that P.R. Davies, who's some kind of a theologian type person, a British biblical scholar,
Okay.
says that this text is written in poor Hebrew. So it's probably a translation, like a bad translation from an Aramaic original. I
Interesting.
just love that little commentary there.
Jeez.
Maybe that contributes to how
Some of the
just
weirdness.
implausible this is.
Yeah.
But the people who know their God shall be strong and do exploits.
Some exploits.
Do some sweet exploits. Ah!
Spoilers.
Those who are wise among the people shall instruct many, yet they shall fall by the sword and by flame, by captivity and by spoil many days.
Mm.
Now, when they shall fall, they shall be helped with a little help, but many shall join themselves to them with flatteries. Some of those who are wise shall fall, to refine them and to purify, and to make them white, even to the time of the end, because it is yet for the time appointed. Gosh, how long is this chapter?
It's not short.
Goodness. Okay.
It's very long. Yeah.
The king shall do according to his will, and he shall exalt himself and magnify himself above every god, and shall speak marvelous things against the God of gods. And he shall prosper until the indignation be accomplished, for that which is determined shall be done. Neither shall he regard the gods of his fathers, nor the desire of women, nor regard any god,
No.
for he shall magnify himself above all. But in his place shall he honor the God of fortresses,
Oh, I
and a
see.
God whom his fathers didn't know shall he honor with gold and silver and with precious stones and pleasant things.
Mm.
He shall deal with the strongest fortresses by the help of a foreign god. Whoever acknowledges him, he will increase with glory, and he shall cause them to rule over many and shall divide the land for a price. At the time of the end shall the king of the south contend with him, and the king of the north shall come against him like a whirlwind, with chariots and with horsemen and with many ships. And he shall enter into the countries and shall overflow and pass through. He shall enter also into the glorious land, and many countries shall be overthrown, but these shall be delivered out of his hand. Okay, you ready for a list? Edom
Sure.
and Moab and the chief of the children of Ammon.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
They're going to be delivered.
Okay.
So basically all our enemies, all our historic enemies
Right.
are going to be
Are going to be fine.
delivered. Yes.
That's
Okay.
cool.
He shall stretch forth his hand
Nice for them.
also on the countries, and the land of Egypt shall not escape. But he shall have power over the treasures of gold and of silver, and over all the precious things of Egypt, and the Libyans and the Ethiopians shall be at his steps. But news out of the east and out of the north shall trouble him, and he shall grow forth with great fury to destroy and utterly sweep away many. He shall plant the tents of his palace between the sea and the glorious holy mountain, yet he shall come to his end, and none shall help him.
Wow.
That's a shame.
Who wrote this down?
What even is, yeah, like this is some real trippy stuff right here.
I don't even think that it's trippy. I think it's just bad. I think it's just bad writing. I think it doesn't fit in this book. It's like it was tacked on in
Yeah.
poor Hebrew.
Yeah.
And,
Absolutely.
Okay, so
Feels like it was tacked on.
was that the end
Yeah.
of that chapter?
Yes, thankfully.
You did it? You made it?
One more.
Okay, so while you were doing that, I did look this up real quick because we're not going to do a real bonus for this because we're doing quizzes. So I did want to look this up about this whole last vision thing.
Okay.
And there's a section on the Wikipedia for this that talks about the historical background.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, this chapter gives a broad sweep of history from the 6th century BCE to the 2nd century. So it's kind of recounting history. And this actually goes through and talks about like, these verses are about the wars between the Ptolemies of Egypt and the Seleucids of Syria.
Okay.
And then King Antiochus of Epiphanes. And like this whole thing, they go through like all the different battles and things. What I like though, is that it kind of explains like, yep, this is what he's talking about. This is who it is. This person like sold the priesthood a couple times. And so that's what these are references to. It all kind of tracks, except the very end. It says verses 40 to 45, finish the chapter with a prophecy that Antiochus would make war once again against Egypt and would die in Judea. In reality, this did not happen. There was no third war, and he died in Persia or Babylon.
Oh.
Okay.
So it's like, you're doing great right up to the end. And then it's just like,
And then not so much.
Couldn't stick the landing.
yeah.
Fascinating.
So maybe it was like written Like you said, Dedeker, maybe it was written after the fact, but before that last part had happened. So this was just
Tried
their
to make a little guess.
little guess at the end.
Yeah.
I don't know.
My own little prophecy. I've been dabbling in prophecy lately. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, here we go. The very short final chapter of Daniel, chapter 12.
There we go.
At that time shall Michael, played by John Travolta, stand up,
Yes.
the great prince who stands for the children of your people. And there shall be a time of trouble such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. That wasn't English that I just read, but pretend
Yeah.
like it was.
It wasn't. I agree.
And at that time your people shall be delivered, everyone who shall be found written in the book.
The book.
Many of those who sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake. This is a good Halloween-themed episode.
Oh.
Ooh, spooky.
Many of those who sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, some to everlasting life, and some to shame and everlasting contempt. Those who are wise shall shine as the brightness of the expanse, and those who turn many to righteousness as the stars forever and ever. But you, Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the time of the end. Many shall run back and forth, and knowledge shall be increased. Then I, Daniel, looked, and behold, there stood other two.
What?
Not the other two.
No, just
Some other two. Just other two. Good.
there stood other two, the one on the brink of the river on this side, and the other on the brink of the river on that side. One said to the man clothed in linen, who was above the waters of the river, "How long shall it be to the end of these wonders?" Yeah, that's our question.
We're almost done.
I heard the man clothed in linen, who was above the waters of the river, when he held up his right hand and his left hand to heaven, and swore by him who lives forever, that it shall be for a time, times and a half.
Okay.
For a time, times and a half.
So helpful.
And when they have made an end of breaking in pieces the power of the holy people, all these things shall be finished. I heard, but I didn't understand.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Me too.
Then said I, my lord, what shall be the issue of these things? He said, go your way, Daniel. For the words are shut up and sealed until the time of the end. Many shall purify themselves and make themselves white and be refined. But the wicked shall do wickedly, and none of the wicked shall understand. But those who are wise shall understand. From the time that the continual burnt offering shall be taken away, and the abominations that makes desolate set up, whatever that means, there shall be 1,290 days.
Wow.
Okay. Blessed is he who waits and comes to the 1,335 days.
Okay. I don't know what's happening.
Okay.
Wait, 1,290 days. But then he says, blessed is he who waits and comes to the 1,335 days.
Okay. Well, 1,290 days is 3.5
Okay.
years, at least by
Mhm.
our calendar.
Okay.
And what was the next one? 1,350 days?
1,335.
3,035. That's 3.66
Uh-huh.
calendar years.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
That's what we got.
So what's the difference between those? Like a couple months?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably a couple
Basically?
months.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he's like, it's going to take this long. But like, really, man, if you can wait even close to that, you're blessed.
Okay.
Last verse. But you can go your own way.
Go your
Until-
own way.
Amazing.
But you go your own way until the end be. For you shall rest and shall stand in your lot at the end of the days.
I don't know, Daniel. I liked some of your older prophecies. I'm just going to
It
say.
kind of got a little conceptual at the end there, huh?
Yeah, I'm just going to say I preferred your older prophecies, but whatever. Nice try,
Whoa.
I guess.
Yeah.
I had no idea this part of the book even existed.
Yeah, apparently nobody did, but we
Right.
did it because we are reading the whole thing. Okay.
Yeah.
It's like he had some real top 40s hits.
Yeah.
And then kind of later in life tried to like change up his
Be
sound,
real
Nobody
experimental.
do
liked
something more
That's
artsy.
basically what
and
happened.
yeah,
Nobody wanted
Yeah,
it.
Everybody hated it.
It was just weird. Yeah.
All right.
All right. Well, yeah, we should palate cleanse with them
Yeah.
psalms, psalms, and then get ready for a quiz.
What did you say? It's 150 total, or is it?
Yeah, so we're almost there. This is 140.
Woo.
So we're 10 psalms away from the end, baby.
Here we go.
And now it's time for Silly Psalms with DBS, the part of the show where DBS comes out and reads some psalms.
Psalm 140 for the chief musician, a psalm by David. Who else? Deliver me, Yahweh, from the evil man. I wonder who that is. Is it Saul? Is it
Oh, yeah,
Satan?
probably Saul.
Could be.
I don't know. Preserve me from the violent man, those who devise mischief in their hearts. They continually gather themselves together for war. They have sharpened their tongues like a serpent. Viper's poison is under their lips. Selah. Yahweh, keep me from the hands of the wicked. Preserve me from the violent men who have determined to trip my feet. The proud have hidden a snare for me. They have spread the cords of a net by the path. They have set traps for me. Selah. I said to Yahweh, you are my God. Listen to the cry of my petitions, Yahweh. Yahweh the Lord, the strength of my salvation, you have covered my head in the day of battle. Yahweh, don't grant the desires of the wicked. Don't let their evil plans succeed, or they will become proud. Selah. As for the head of those who surround me, let the mischief of their own lips cover them. Let the burning coals fall on them. Let them be thrown into the fire, into miry pits, from where they never rise.
Goodness, David.
An
Yeah,
evil,
really, David.
I know, mean. An evil speaker won't be established in the earth. Evil will hunt the violent man to overthrow him. I know that Yahweh will maintain the cause of the afflicted and justice for the needy. Surely the righteous will give thanks to your name. The upright will dwell in your presence. All right, that's it.
Oh, wow.
Psalms 141, a psalm by David.
Mm.
Yahweh, I have called on you. Come to me quickly. Listen to my voice when I call to you.
Listen.
Let my prayer be set before you like incense, the lifting up of my hands like the evening sacrifice. Set a watch, Yahweh, before my mouth. Keep the door of my lips. Don't incline my heart to any evil thing, to practice deeds of wickedness with men who work iniquity. Don't let me eat of their delicacies. Let the righteous strike me. It is kindness. Let him reprove me. It is like oil on the head. Don't let my head refuse it.
Don't.
Yet, my prayer is always against evil deeds. Their judges are thrown down by the sides of the rock. They will hear my words, for they are well spoken.
Yeah.
As when one plows and breaks up the earth, our bones are scattered at the mouth of Sheol. For my eyes are on you, Yahweh, the Lord. In you I take refuge. Don't leave my soul destitute. Keep me from the snare for which they have laid for me, from the traps of the workers of iniquity. Let the wicked fall together into their own nets, while I pass by.
Amazing.
Gosh, he's a cheeky boy, isn't he?
Yeah,
this
really.
David.
I just also, it's like we forget about this. It's like no one can talk to Yahweh like David does.
No.
It's true.
Which is like,
He's really
hey,
got his ear.
hey, listen to me when I'm talking to you. It's just no one else gets away with that.
No one would dare. My goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really.
Alrighty. Well, everyone, that was beautiful. Please stick around for the quiz if you would like. I hope that we get some help from the audience because that last one, I had no idea what was going on. Thank you all for joining us for Bible study today. If you want to join the audience in our live stream shows, follow us on Twitch at Drunk Bible Study or go to drunkbiblestudy.com/live. If you want even more Drunk Bible Study, including early releases, cocktail recipes, personal toasts on the show, and more, become one of our patrons at patreon.com/drunkbiblestudy. If you enjoy the show, take a moment to subscribe and write us a nice review on iTunes, letting other people know what you like about it. You can also join fellow listeners in the Drunk Bible Study Fans and Fellowship Facebook group or on our Discord server at discord.drunkbiblestudy.com. Find us on Twitter at Drunk Bible Cast, on Instagram at Drunk Bible Study, or send us an email to info@drunkbiblestudy.com. Drunk Bible Study is created and produced by Jason Lindgren, Dedeker Winston, and me, Emily Matlack. Our theme song is Book Club by Josh and Anand from their album Home of the. For more information, visit us at drunkbiblestudy.com.
I made a memory about your dad.